People stress out about holiday tables. I always say it's playing with my toys. And so the suggestion was maybe to share some tips to make it easy and simple for you at home to do a beautiful, stunning, talked about table for weeks and months and years. I always start with the foundation or the center of the table. And you can use greens from the farmer's market, which I used this year. In the past, I've used these inexpensive blankets from Hobby Lobby. They were like $1.99. Or I love using this velvet. This also came from Hobby Lobby. It was very inexpensive. I just bought a giant bolt of it. You don't have to sew it. You just lay it on the table, kind of fold it up, billow it up, and that creates the foundation for whatever collection you want to use. So I always say then add a collection. So this year we used trees, these little bottle brush trees, and you just place them in and out and up and down and kind of sparse out the colors. I've used reindeer before. I have a huge Santa collection. All right, there's lots of good, interesting tidbits when you create your actual place setting. This is where the conversations start. So you want people to linger at your table. You want to have something interesting to talk about. What I have here is a knife rest. So I have different animals, which the last dinner party, people chose their seat and then discussed what animal they had at their table. And basically the purpose of it is so that your dirty knife can rest next to your plate, but not on the table. The next thing I love about my table is I've been collecting, these are called, they're napkin rings, but they're figureals. And the Victorians used them. Each person had a different figureal, and because there was no washing machines, when you got your napkin dirty, you just put it back in your own individual napkin ring so that you would know next time which napkin ring was yours. And then I like to use a lot of silverware. I just think even if you're not going to use them, it makes the place setting look very decorative, and you feel like your meal is elevated because you have all this china like you would have in a fine dining restaurant. And then I use lots of glasses. I love glasses. These are Vagabond water glasses. I think they're absolutely stunning, and when you hold them, you feel very regal. So you hold even my kids, they have better manners when they're using these glasses. Maybe because I've yelled at them so many times about how expensive they are. And then even if you don't drink wine, I always add a wine glass to the table, just because again, when all the candles are flickering, all the lights are low, it's reflective and it looks fancy. And all of these are crystal, and I've been collecting them as well, and each one is different. The other thing I like to do is layer my plates. So I use these vintage plates, antique plates that I have. I've collected several of them. They don't all have to be the same. Each place setting is somewhat different. And then when you sit down, I remove the top plate. We use the top plate for dessert later, and then the bottom plate, which is dishwasher safe, we use to eat on. I think a lot of you might have Christmas china at home too, vintage Christmas china, your mom's Christmas china, your Christmas china, which also looks great in this table. This table is kind of, if you modify the centerpiece, it's pretty much any dinner party, but you can add the colorful Christmas plates to it, and it interchanges out, looks super holiday, and it essentially does the same thing. I think the biggest takeaway is that if you have things on your table that start a conversation, your guests linger longer and it adds to the experience. So hopefully that you gathered enough little tidbits of information today that your next dinner party will be a smashing success. If it's not, you can blame it on me.